Why do men have this savior complex? Well, there's a number of reasons of why. Oftentimes, and this is always why it's important to check a man's background. One of the reasons, and a lot of these things happen in childhood, early adulthood, adolescent years, is that when we start talking about things that are damaging to the ego, right? Because I don't want to always say trauma, because yes, sometimes we live, a traumatic life, but at the same time, we are ego driven. So when things are damaging to the ego and we are underachievers, we've been criticized, we've been, I don't know if women know this, but for men, we are in constant competition. I'll say it this way: men who are unsure of themselves are in constant competition. Men who are solid and are well rounded and don't need validation from outside sources are never in competition. I don't need to compete with the next man to feel good about myself, but I digress. So men who have been criticized, traumatized, and oftentimes have very little self-confidence or self-worth for the thousands of reasons that we can name, oftentimes develop a savior complex, which means I'm going to appear a certain way. That's when we put on the cape. When we, in the streets, we call it Captain Save-A-Ho. That's when I'm going to put on the cape and pretend to be something that I'm not, all to win the affection of a woman. So I have to be your savior.